Yeah, so I'm thinking about going on a trip because I'm not gonna stay here and just melt and get so frustrated that I start getting mad and mean and just I'm just not gonna do it. That's all I know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just know what I'm not gonna do. Kind of at this point. But anyway, when I'm out and about and I travel, I will stay in a tent and I will stay in town and I'll stay in the city lights and I'll stay where it's safe and I'll stay by myself and I'll have my stuff tied to me or, bogged down, too heavy to run off with or, um, in the tent. I don't get robbed and I don't go flashing like tons of stuff around, and, I definitely share what I have when I can with those that, are having a harder situation than I am, maybe. Um. So, but I'm not homeless. I might appear homeless. People make assumptions. That's their problem. It's not my problem. I never was actually technically homeless. I always have had a family, and I've always had a place to stay. But I can't keep putting my family through this. They're not expected to know what to do. They have tried to help. This is an extremely bizarre or unusual situation that I find myself in. And I'm not going to lay all that on my family. In fact, in order to have my family continue to support me, I had to back off and stay away until I could figure out exactly what was the problem, what is actually exactly like affecting me, and causing my joint pain. And, I've got a busted L5 and a lot of problems and a protruding mass in my medical records. And I've not had any of this explained to me, but I did when I, 6 years ago almost, when I first started, I was taking pictures of stuff like, this weird stuff that my collarbone doesn't look right in some of my videos and stuff. So, because I've got like severe arthritis or a connective tissue disorder or scar tissue or something I don't really understand because I've not been able to get my full medical records. There are things missing. There are scans missing that I have reports for, but I've been getting x-rays instead of scans, and another scan that I had that they apparently threw away because it didn't turn out very good, and just a lot of things. Like I could go on and on and on and on, but I won't because I would like to find somebody that can, that knows about these areas that is interested, but we're talking about like some, like serious, like, going up against a system that is literally like impossible to go up against. So really, I just feel neglected, I guess, as far as that stuff goes. And I only just set out to see if I could get better and get my medical records and stuff. That's all. That's all ever really was the goal. But it has blown up and continued to go on and been a whole fiasco. And continues to be. And I'm not going to back down because it's not something that you back down from. So I don't have a lot of answers. I could just tell the story how it happened. It doesn't make any sense. There's lots of parts that make no sense whatsoever. And I don't know what's going on, but like I've experienced some things that have made me think that stuff that I had written off and completely decided wasn't a thing, or wasn't like in a like a literal Hollywood type way. And I just had already a long time ago decided that I basically didn't believe in ghosts. And not ghosts, I mean, I believe in possibilities, and I'm very open-minded, and to see some science and videos and like the theories that I post on the nature of reality. And that I'm really open-minded, but I had no reason to think that, even if that was a thing, to like not completely discredit people's harrowing, tales and of experiences involving, horrible things in the mirrors and whatnot, but I've never experienced anything like that, so I had no reason to believe that it was like what I have experienced the last couple of years. But and to clear things up, there's nothing I see, nothing in the mirror except for my reflection. What it is that there's a really horrible, like, feelings, and there's awareness of there being something in the mirror that I can't see, but I'm aware of it. And if I try to focus on it however I can, just by wondering, like, what is it, what, could this be? And if I located it, it was a very horrible and awful thing, that I was be aware of. But I don't see anything, so, and I never really have seen much of anything to speak of as far as like something horrible standing in front of me. I see some orbs and see some lights. And I've had some seriously freaked out experiences, a lot of them. I'm watching my camera here because I think my video's going to cut me off. It's going to irritate the crap out of me. I don't care. Anyway, so just to, say, like, I don't know, I've had to rethink and consider that maybe I was wrong and reconsider, what I believe about that in that area, and I very much have. It's not up to me to, like, anybody else try to look at something horrible or, be uncomfortable or, not be themselves or infringe on anyone's beliefs or rights or force anything on anyone or judge anyone for not wanting to go through what I would not something that I would not blame them for not wanting to go through. I don't want to either, quite frankly. Most of the time, I really don't. So I'm trying to look at it as a learning experience and figure out as much as I can about the situation while I'm going through it. While I have to admit that it is absolutely mental. It's insane. It's white coats and crazy like the Mad Hatter. And I don't know what to say about that. I just don't pick it apart and try to figure something out that I don't think I'm going to figure out at this time. And I just go how I go and continue to try to learn how to deal with my situation, and how to deal with something that I can't, isn't tangible, but something that is definitely affecting and something that has to be dealt with. It's something to be mad at the way I look at it, or you can fear it. You can't ignore it, trust me, it's fucking like the way that it is for me. There's no ignoring that. And I don't know if it's like many different parts or different things, or I don't know. I could only talk to somebody who is interested in this stuff that isn't gonna have, not want to hear it or freak somebody out. I'm not trying to freak anybody out. I'm not trying to scare anyone like that, or make somebody listen to something that they just are gonna have to switch their brain gears to wrap their head around and not want to believe the majority of it anyway, because I don't. I would actually prefer evidence that this is not fucking the horrible way that have kind of had to come to the conclusion that it is. Or maybe that it's not as bad as I think it is, and then I'm a little bit mistaken somehow in some area, or there will be some new revelation or innovation to like speed the processes up, or I'll find somebody that is more of a professional in these areas that can evaluate and assess and maybe help me in one way, or if not my legal matters anyway. So, but I've never been homeless, and just because I'm outside and my friends are homeless, I don't judge people. They're human beings. Everyone's a human being. What I discovered when I went outside and was treated as a homeless person, that is the most horrible experience on the planet. That you are no longer a human being, almost. That you no longer count. That you no longer have any rights. That when you go to get services, that they don't have to help you, and because there isn't anything that you can do about it, or anybody that you can tell that it's going to make any difference, so they can just mark you down as especially if you're going to be difficult, so in any way, just mark you down as no, not today, for whatever reason, make it really difficult and make you a long list of things of the qualifications, or specifications or proof that you've got to bring or something to get in services and try to get you to enroll and giving your rights away and selling yourself and taking things that you might not want to take. And talking to people who don't have very open minds or understand the people as the individual person, human being they are, that they're a number, and that number has a value on it as like a social scale, and if you are below the bar, then you don't count much. And unfortunately, that is what I have seen for myself, and you wouldn't know it until you went out there and seen it for yourself. So if you don't think it's that way, I don't want to hear it unless you go out there and look. If you go out there and look, then you can come in and you can tell me how you assess and evaluate the situation. But if you have not gone and looked, then shut your mouth because you don't know. And I freaking hold you to, and then I'm serious on that note. Because I've been there and I've been out there and I spent a lot of time out there, and I technically have to, but I did it. And why I did it and for how, whatever, for that's my business. But wow, I'm just saying that you just don't really know what it's like until you've actually done it for yourself. You have no clue. And I don't like seeing people treated fucking like less than fucking like dehumanizing, and it's outrageous, and it's seemingly almost done on purpose. That access to certain things are taken away, and if you don't have access to certain things, then you're not ever going to freaking be able to get anywhere with your situation. And this is a fact. And the more that and it just grows. Every problem just grows. Nothing ever goes away. Everything just grows until it's some things times it's just a disgusting mess, and there's nothing to be done about it. And why would anybody want to? And then you get into the point where can you blame someone for being in the way of like, well, there isn't really a point why bother, because that's kind of after a while it's gonna happen. You just don't even know. I get tired of people judging everybody all the time, and it's like usually like the finger pointers, they never have anybody have people point their finger back at them because they won't get their damn finger out of the fucking way, ever fucking give anybody enough time to fucking point anything fucking out to their asses. So there's a guy that was really rude to me when I went out of my way to be very fucking respectful and nice when I didn't even have a mess. Everything was in a bag. The girl that was with me, she had a look about her, but she had everything that she had, which was nothing, was in a tiny little sack too. So we didn't have a mess, actually. And when I saw him coming down the sidewalk, I made sure the sidewalk was entirely clear, even though I wasn't taking up any more than a little part of it before he got there so he could walk by. And as he goes by, he makes a comment about the fucking mess. Oh, don't you do that shit in front of me because you want to know what I did? I opened up my bag and started hollering mess. Fucking mess? You think that's a mess? You want to be rude like that? I'll show you motherfucker mess, motherfucker. And I continued and yes, and I proceeded to empty out my entire bag along the sidewalk as far as I could fucking spew it. And scream and stomp and tell the mother effer off. Not knowing that my phone was fucking actually turned on in my bag next to me. So if I had known that, he's lucky he's not on a picture, that I did not take his picture from a public sidewalk, on a public sidewalk, and post his ass on Facebook and tell this story. Don't do that shit in front of me. And I'm not fucking homeless, and it doesn't fucking matter. I'm a human being. It doesn't matter if I'm housed or not. I'm the same person with the same problems, with the same voice, with the same words coming out by my mouth. And it really, 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 really upsets me. So I will be staying outside when I travel. I'll be staying in a tent. And I do reserve the right when it is dark outside to shelter myself. As it is food, water, and shelter. First day of kindergarten. Pretty much orientation, First lesson. You are a human being. Human beings need 3 things. Food, water, shelter. I'm a woman, and I don't know what to say, and I don't have to be out there. Well, I do, because I'm on a disability, and I cannot afford to get rooms, and I don't mind. I don't like to be bored. I mean, I get enough. I mean, I do it okay. Obviously, I've been sitting here for hours and hours every day for a long time, whatever. But like, I like the company outside. I like the company, so I will prefer to stay outside, and I'm going to prove a point. And I'm not going to be tucked away, out of the way, and be convenient, because nothing in my life is convenient. Nobody's been convenient to me in the way of, like, the people that decide things. So you need to freaking check yourselves. In the hours of the night, I do not care. I can have a tent. I'm not staying in the neighborhoods outside anybody's fucking house. I'm downtown. You can get over it. The federal government can get over it. It's food, water, and shelter. That's the way that it fucking is. I dare you. I dare you to try me on this while I am gone this spring and summer. Because I am not kidding. You can give me city ordinances, you're going to have to lock me up for stupid shit. And it's all going to freaking add in the end. It's food, water, and shelter. And there is no reason why I cannot have a single tent with nothing fucking around it and be inside of it when it is dark outside. And take it fucking down when the fucking dark, when it is dusk and the light is starting to come back up and people are starting to start their day. There is no way. As long as there is plenty of sidewalk clear for everybody to continue to get by and I am not obstructing anything, there is no way it is a public sidewalk. I'd like the taxpayers' opinion on this because they pay for that sidewalk. And I used to be one. And I am not staying outside without my fucking tent in cities where I don't know people. And you know what? I'm not going to stay away from these cities because I'm having a situation that nobody will fucking attend to. And I'm going to travel to city to city to city till somebody attends to them! Got it? And stay in a tent when it's dark outside! Got it? Good. Because I'm not fucking joking. Write me a fucking 1,000 fucking tickets, motherfuckers. I don't give a shit. It's ridiculous. And I don't have fucking time for this crap. Nor am I going to respect it. I respect that we need the law and that people can't just do what they want. But they're getting petty and they're starting to get controlling and they're starting to get freaking fucking, like some serious stall and fucking run your life fucking shit. And I don't appreciate it. Given that I have a problem that I've been trying to get some attention paid to. And nobody fucking will. And it continues to go on and it grows. And nobody wants to pay any fucking attention. So I don't really give a shit. When you follow your own rules, when you don't violate people's fucking rights, when you do what you're supposed to do, then maybe I'll give a shit about your fucking ordinance when it fucking actually infringes on my rights. That's the way that it is. I'm going to fucking be traveling soon. Good day. Have a good day, everybody. Goodbye. Bye. And fuck you motherfuckers that run this motherfucking shit and take orders from fucking the motherfuckers that are trying to fucking fuck off whoever the fuck they want, the undesirables. You don't want to be an undesirable people because it's not fun. I fall into the class of fucking, the lowest 15%, and being a fucking undesirable to our mighty fucking government does not like things that it cannot control. It is not going to fucking control me. Never!